Iron Man, the movie that started it all. The story that gave Robert Downey Jr. the ability to go from a controversial figure to now being so important that Marvel will sink the GDP of a small country just to get him back. But sorry for the noises, I'm in the jungle right now. But if we shift the perspective from
genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist,
and instead focus on Obadiah Stane, then it becomes a story about trying to assassinate your best mate's crotch goblin, only for him to disappear into a cave in the Middle East, and then develop the greatest weapon mankind has ever seen, despite being a peaceful guy now, and then becoming a war criminal anyway. But to understand that, let me just put you in his shoes. So imagine for a minute that you are Obadiah Stane, second in command of Stark Industries, a company of your late best mate, Howard Stark, until his untimely demise in a car crash, leaving you with his son and the CEO position. And as CEO, you brought it into the modern era of weapons technology, only for you to be summarily usurped because his name and not yours is on the signpost. In fact, this little upstart took credit for the infrastructure you built. Sure, he might have built some fancy missiles,
the Jericho.
So what if boomstick goes boom a little bit better? What matters is being able to sell the fucking thing and making shit tons of money. But all the while, you had to smile and wave and be courteous. Gas the little shit up. Make sure he did his job. Because while he was no Howard and you had no respect for him, he is still very good at what he does. And Tony is gifted, but he's a drunk womanizer. He's not fit to be a CEO, let alone a face of a company. So you do what any human does with a fully functioning frontal lobe. You try to assassinate the bastard by using some shadowy organization called the 10 Rings or whatever. And the timing was perfect. While you were accepting this extremely prestigious award on behalf of him, of course, you paint him in the best light possible. Not that he deserves it. He's off gambling, like typical Tony, but it's to appease the shareholders. And luckily, the next day, he'll be hung over in the Middle East, getting blown to pieces, and everyone will talk about that rather than how diligently he shirks his responsibilities.
I couldn't sleep till I found out how it went. How'd it go?
Went great. Looks like it's going to be an early Christmas.
Hey!
You know, all it cost you was a few missiles and a little bit of money to blow up a motorcade, which is all good as far as you're concerned. It's all swept under the rug and you can actually get to work creating a profitable and world-leading company with you at its figurehead. You are a man of integrity, respect and honor. A man worthy of the name on the bell tower.
The target you paid us to kill was the great Tony Stark.
Oh, damn, they figured it out. Oh, no matter. You don't need to pay the thing because you just want the guy dead. Oh no, you've got him hostage. Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, kill the guy. You don't care. Imagine your surprise though when 3 months later you get a call from the army and Tony is alive and escaped falling out of the sky in a giant tin can, which is extremely inconvenient because, well, not only are you down a lot of money now, you kind of assumed it was a done deal. Like, who thought that he would be able to escape? You didn't pay the ransom or anything. So you get on the bell with those incompetent 10 Rings guys, but you don't hear anything from them. They ghost you. In fact, you don't even hear anything from Tony, which is even more unsettling. Instead, you hear that he has a hole in his chest and a miniature arc reactor. That's crazy, but it doesn't bode well for you. Arc reactor technology is super speculative and extremely unprofitable, and the first thing he wants to do is host a fucking press conference, which really rubs you up the wrong way because it paints him in this incredible light. Seriously, there is no PR spin in the world that could look better than spending 3 months in captivity, then spending 15 hours on a plane, and then having a press conference with a broken arm immediately.
Look at you. You had to have a burger. Yeah, no.
And the worst part is he didn't even get you a fucking cheeseburger. This is why you want to kill him. He has no respect. And now you have to be all smiles and cheers about the whole thing. Seriously, you deserve an Academy Award for this acting.
Hey, look here. Yeah.
How can you be this charming and affable when secretly you want to kick him down the stairs?
Hey, would it be all right if everyone sat down? Why don't you just sit down?
Oh. So he's completely insane. But this is seriously worrying, and you are sure the shareholders are not going to like this at all. You can imagine the red line going down every second he's on the floor. He should be in the hospital. At least there you could probably sneak an air bubble into an IV drip or something. But first you do need to see about this arc reactor in his chest. But then he goes on about doubts about the weapons business. Good God, he's doing a Howard. You spent ages convincing Howard that weapons were the secret to peace. And when he died, finally you could double deal. You made so much money doing this. Like, insane amounts of cash. Green bar went up, not down. So why the hell is Tony Stark hell-bent on sending Stark Industries back to the penny stocks? And then he stands up. Of course he does. He's already got people sitting down, so when he stands up, he's even more above them, even more superior to everyone else. He's a fucking narcissist.
Immediately, I am shutting down the weapons manufacturer division of Stark.
Oh boy, he's done it. We're going to lose it all. 2 seconds in the sand. A couple missiles later, and he's gone full hippie. Next, he's going to have a hippie beard and call himself the Timothy Leary of clean energy.
You can't get caught in the conforming, rote lockstep, which we call American society.
What we should take away from this is that Tony's back.
So you go into full damage control, try and spin this to your benefit. Maybe you can talk him down, or maybe there's always the CIA blowfish gun. If he keeps eating all of these cheeseburgers, then it's not entirely unbelievable for him to die of a heart attack.
Bobby, I don't want a body count to be our only legacy.
Did he just talk about body count? Oh, right, yeah, because there's only one body count that this guy cares about. Whereas you don't really care about bodies. You just want to count the number of commas in your bank statement.
We make weapons.
My name on the side of the building.
Yes, because when you floated the idea of Stark and Stane, Howard shut you down. And now look where you're at.
I think we should take another look into arc reactor technology.
He's drunk the arc reactor Kool-Aid and we're going to suffer for it. It was only a matter of time. He is Howard's son after all. So now you got to talk him down.
And what we do keeps the world from falling into chaos.
Because there is no money in sustainable, efficient and clean energy. The real business acumen is finding a problem that the government needs fixing, making it worse, and then fixing the problem for them. And then you charge through the nose for maintenance of proprietary technology. It all relies on government funding. Arc reactors are just proprietary technology that we own and we are the maintainers of. Ain't no government gonna want to give funding for this. Most of them think climate change is a hoax back in 2008.
Could you have a lousier poker face? Just tell me, who told you?
Never
Who told
mind who told me.
Rhodey.
Show me.
He is good, but as he unbuttons that shirt and you see what he's built in a fucking cave in the desert, you question pretty much everything in this world. Like, you knew he was a genius. You knew he was gifted. He was in this cave. He had no alcohol. And this is the thing that he's capable of when he's sober. You should have put him in rehab months ago. Years ago, probably. So you put the little murder plans on hold for a little while. Go back to damage control. As predicted, the stock does free fall.
Sell.
Who would have thought that without government contracts that we would lose stock price? But you get some pretty good news actually. The board of directors want to replace Tony as CEO. Now, you may have been the one to incite this whole incident, and you could also keep this information to yourself, but seeing how Tony thinks he is the fucking company, you need to tell him.
The board is claiming a post-traumatic stress. They're filing an injunction.
A what?
Because there are the two options here. Either it will get him angry and frustrated, because when you told him to lay low, you didn't think he'd actually do it, and now with this betrayal, he's going to do anything but lay low. Or maybe you can take advantage of a rare moment of vulnerability and get him to give you the keys to the kingdom. Because after crunching the numbers, well, turns out there are quite a few governments out there that would be interested in this technology. Imagine a submarine powered by an arc reactor. It could go under the ocean for years, or even deep space exploration. You could work with NASA. You could even go to space.
This one stays with me. That's it, Obi. Forget it.
All right, well, this stays with me then.
He does do the former. So now you just need to bide your time and
One small part of what Stark Industries is all about. And our partnership.
you have business stuff to attend to, like fundraisers, galas, the kind of stuff that actually gives good public image to the company and allows for a little bit more networking for more contracts and clients and everything.
Look at you.
But there you go. He took the bait. He's already causing a stir. So you tell him, hey, take it slow. Remind him of the board. That way, that betrayal is fresh in his mind while he's out here in the public. And he'll go absolutely bananas tonight. But then you see him dancing with the secretary. How original. Guess he still cares about one body count. But you did think that Pepper was off the table. You can't blame him, though. He is only human.
If we're double dealing under the table, are we?
So he finally caught on. Well, he was a lot better when he was drunk. You could literally do whatever the fuck you wanted to do, say whatever the fuck you wanted to say, and Now you can't even sell one Jericho missile to an enemy without him coming at you. Alright, it's time for the end game. Start laying your cards.
You think locked you out? I was the one who filed the injunction against you.
Get him angry, get him emotional, get him riled up so you can take the company.
An unfortunate training exercise involving an F-22 Raptor occurred yesterday.
Oh my god, Tony's doing something, isn't he? So imagine you're further surprised when you get a call from the 10 Rings. The bastards finally stop ghosting you. Apparently, they know something about what's going on. But, of course, you need to go there and find out. And seeing the potential, you do go there because, well, you know, something's up here. But not before you set up a couple contingencies.
Compliments of Tony Stark.
But like, if he had just done the job and blown up the motorcade without checking, he wouldn't have known. It's really his fault for being greedy. And thinking that he can manipulate a guy like Tony, there's only one person capable of that.
So this is how he did it.
Ah, so this is the tin can. This is the suit. Damn, he really is a genius to be able to build this in a cave.
We're still in business.
Does this fucker really think that after he ghosted you, didn't kill Tony for months, and forced him to try and make missiles for them, that you would just be like, oh, that's just the price of business? But seriously, why didn't you just use this paralyzing sound tech to just, I don't know, shove a bottle of whiskey down Tony's throat before? That way it just looked like he died of alcohol poisoning, rather than going through this whole convoluted 10 Rings plan that has clearly blown up in your face. I know hindsight is a wonderful thing and everything, but clearly you had the means to do this and the willpower, and there were so many easier ways to do this, wasn't there? But anyway, with that, and the suit, and the plans in hand, you head home. And someone, probably, hopefully, someone can make sense of all of this. Tony has given you a gift. Not just to think that getting him angry and emotional would lead to this. You thought he was just going to go storm into the boardroom or have a scene on the party or something. No, actually, this is so much better. One day, Pepper comes back to work, which isn't surprising, but it has been a while. It is the first time that you've seen her alone since the incident, but she's all shifty. Something ain't right. And honestly, it's a shame she loves Tony, because you wouldn't mind smelling her candle. Fuck, now you gotta kill another person? And the timeline is shrinking. Hopefully, your boys downstairs will have good news.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scrap.
Now, you let your anger out there. You let it get the better of you. It ain't right to yell at your employees, but man, it has been a rough day.
I'm not Tony Stark.
You're right, this guy is not Tony Stark, and you thought your best engineers would at least be vaguely capable of like being able to piece this all together, but apparently not. If he had the arc reactor there in front of him, he probably will be able to reverse engineer it. He is a genius himself, maybe not on the same level of Tony, so that means you need the arc reactor. And I mean, you revel in it, you savor it, you really quite enjoy giving this smug little brat his comeuppance. All these years you've lived in his shadow, and now you can get his tech, you can get his company, and most importantly, you can get his life too. But you do have to praise him a little, because you know, you're not evil, despite doing a whole evil monologue.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing! I can't believe.
But on your way back to the facility, your heart is almost fluttering. You feel the butterflies. For the first time in years, this is so much more than the nuclear bomb that Howard developed, because this is practical, it's applicable, it's usable every single day. There will be no need for posturing. Finally, you'll have a technology even you can use. Right on time. Good job we prepared for this. And using this suit is like a dream. You feel so powerful that you could take on that big green monster that destroyed a city a few years ago. Seriously, how did it take all these years to get here? But now, it is time to fire Pepper.
The services are no longer required.
Oh, so he's alive. How does he refuse to die? What kind of armor is that suit made out of? Plot armor? So you and Tony have this little cheeky 1v1. I mean, you can even lift a fucking car. Holy shit, this is the best day of your life. If you can kill Tony with your own two hands, again. Okay, like your suit can't do that though? Like what? Your suit might not be as nimble or agile or have fancy energy blast, but you can still fly it slowly. And he wants to go to space? Well, that's perfect practice for when you want to pitch this to NASA. With this technology, people can go to space in their own suits.
I see problem.
But as you're falling, completely convinced that you're going to die, you wanted to go to space, but not like this. You think about your son, your life, your legacy. Maybe you were too greedy. Maybe you did it wrong. Maybe you should have worked with Tony rather than tried to kill him.
Right there.
Oh, you're alive. No, fuck that. Let's just go kill Tony and take all the glory for ourselves. You nearly got him too, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm deeply enjoying the suit.
you just want to have another little evil monologue and tell him how good it is.
Trying to rid the world of weapons. You gave it its best one ever.
Truly, that this is the irony of this world. In the pursuit of peace, people create weapons in fear. We are chained to seek protection. We are prisoners to it. And in the prisoner's dilemma, there are no winners. It's always better to seek out your own... Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the noises. I had to do this in the middle of the jungle. Consider liking and subscribing, because, well, why not? I just want to shout out my members real quick, especially good old Granite, Alexander Colburn. Thank you guys, your support means the world to me. And of course, Lavender, Zyla, Takaru, and Alan. Thank you guys. Have a great day and have a great life.